Farmers from the districts of Europe and Glomakada in eastern Tigray say they are unable to get access to seed and fertilizer despite the arrival of the sowing season. The farmers say they have made their lands ready for sowing despite the lack of seeds and fertilizers.
I
have made my farmland ready on my part. I was supposed to sow by this time, but I couldn't as I don't have seed and fertilizer. We are told to buy fertilizer from the market, but we couldn't get a supply in the market. We couldn't get fertilizer on time, even after we got the money on credit from our relatives. We are planning to sow wheat, but we don't have anything at hand. No seeds, no fertilizers. Our lands are ready, but shortage of seed and fertilizers is the main problem we are facing now. Seed and fertilizer are two sides of the same coin. Without seed, fertilizer is nothing, and without fertilizer, seed is nothing. It's always a challenge. If both seed and fertilizer come at once, our hope will prevail.
The farmers expressed their fear for the next year that they may get stricken by another round of hunger again if they do not cultivate their lands in this rainy season due to lack of seed and fertilizer.
If farmers do not cultivate their land this season, it's straight for the next year. If the farmers do not get seed, fertilizer, agricultural inputs, and oxen at this time, hunger will prevail next year.
If the government does not help us with seed, fertilizer, and pesticide, the already destitute society due to the previous siege will deteriorate severely.
The farmers also say that the very limited crops they have implanted so far are also underdeveloped as lack of fertilizer has hugely hurt their growth.
What you can see on the field is maize. It is not well developed as it hasn't got fertilizer. By this time the maize used to be taller and more developed, but it's stunted now due to lack of fertilizer.
The farmers called for the government to provide basic agricultural inputs to enable them cultivate their lands in this rainy season.
Delayed supply of agriculture input would not solve our problem as rainfall in our area is very limited. We can cultivate and harvest at any time. The rainy season is very short, so we demand supply of basic agricultural inputs shortly as delayed supply won't help us. The government should reach us and help us at this very critical time.
Development agents in the areas on their part say supply of agricultural inputs is still very limited, and they expressed their fear that agricultural production for the next year is at risk if supplies do not come immediately.
Our farmers have prepared their lands very well so far. But the main hindrance now is the supply of fertilizers and seeds. We haven't received fertilizer yet, but we have around 600 quintals of seed donated by different donors, and we're planning to distribute the seeds. If fertilizer does not reach us soon, our farmers will sow without fertilizer and selected seed. This would severely affect the production rate.
On the 2nd of June 2023, head of Tigray Bureau of Agriculture and Rural Development, Iyasu Abraha, told Tigray TV that seed and fertilizer are among the serious problems Tigray is facing currently, emphasizing that around 670,000 quintals of seed is needed for this rainy season.